Good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to our YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to show you and tell you details on factors to be considered when you want to go into a fish farming hatchery. Number one factor, we are going to talk about location. Location, what we are trying to talk about location is this. And location, number one, you have to select a site with access to clean water. What we mean by select a site that is access to clean water. Access to clean water we mean by as a water source that are suitable for climate condition, like the climate condition of your environment, your location, the climate condition, your water quality, the cleaning of the water, the volume of the water. Is what we are talking about. The selection, you have to consider all these factors when selecting, when planning for your fish hatching. And we also let's consider about water quality. You have to ensure that this water quality is one of the factors that you have to ensure that all the availability quality of a parameter that you needed for you to establish your fish hatchery unit. The parameter of your water, that is the water quality, your parameter of water, the pH, the oxygenation of the water, the temperature, the ammonia, the alkalinity, the nitrate of that environment is in order. But when you are selecting your fish, those factors you have to consider it. We talk about location, we talk about water quality. That is water quality, the pH, your nitrate, everything about your water. Ensure that the water is sufficient and suitable for the fish farming. And let's also talk about infrastructure. Infrastructure means that your ponds, your tanks, building it. Either you are building it, you are acquiring the ponds, you are building the pond, you have to install the necessary things like the pH, parameter, all the necessary things you have to acquire in order to install it for you to get your successful hatchery. Those are the factors you have to consider when establish your fishery hatchery. When you are planning your fish hatchery, you have to consider also your infrastructure. Then let's talk about species of fish selection. What are the species of fish you want to hatch? What are the species of fish you want to go into? So it's another key, that is another factor they have to consider. That is your species of fish, how to select your species of fish, the environmental, the smaller apps, the location, environment, that is the market that's suitable for that species. The location you are selecting, how is the market condition of that place? Is it suitable for this species of fish? For example, there's some location that, if you talk about Nigeria and Ghana, let's talk about Nigeria. Nigeria specializes on catfish production. So there's no need somebody can produce tilapia instead of producing in Ghana. So you can still produce tilapia, but your market is not in Nigeria for that species of fish. So selection of species is one of the key things when you are going into fish farming. Know the species you are selecting, know the species you are rearing. It's one of the factors you have to consider. If you don't have these ideas of these factors, it will run your business down. Also, we have to talk about the capability of that species of fish, the environmental factors of that species of fish. So can people in your locality, in your environment, can they go by your own species of fish you are choosing? So it's better for you to go out there, check the species of fish, select your species, and go through it. Another factors again, broodstock selection, that is broodstock management. Know how to manage your broodstock, the health of the broodstock, how to select the nutrient, how healthy is the broodstock, how nutritional, are they being fed well? If you produce use this broodstock to produce a particular fish, will they give you the volume and the quantity of fish you needed? Who are those people to buy it? So you have to do nutrition. It's one of the key things. Know the type of feed you are feeding your fish. Study the nutrition of your fish. What can support? What are the acquisition, that is the strategies, like the development strategies of that your fish. Your nutrition, the healthy of your fish, support your own, give the ultimate growth for the healthy fish, and give the ultimate growth for you to achieve the growth rate of what you needed. How many months will you take it to achieve this growth rate? Your feeding is one of the key things that will give you that growth. Because we talk about broodstock selection, your broodstock is one of the key, your feeding is another thing. And the nutrition of your feed, it also gives you ultimate result, ultimate growth of your fish. So you have to consider this factor also. And you also go, let's talk about market analysis. For you to select, for you to run a successful business in this aspect, your market analysis is one of the key things again. Who are those people? Research your market around. What are the quantity of fish that your buyer, your customer demand? What is the price of fish in the market? Who are your demand? Who are you going to supply to? You have to consider all these things. You have to go into your market analysis. Get what are those farmers, what are the customer needed, so that it will also give you idea to know what you are producing for them. So your customers or whoever is buying from you demand a certain stage of fish for you to produce for them. So if you don't have that market analysis, it will not give you the business will not be profitable to you. So for you to achieve a success business, you have to also consider this market analysis. Market analysis involves, like, go out there, what are the species of fish producing, what are the volume producing, what are the size of fish that a client is buying from you. So this also help you to overcome those factors that involve in your fish farming business. So let's also talk about biosecurity. Biosecurity is one of the key things here we're talking about. Biosecurity is one of the key things, especially when you involve fish farming. There are senses we're talking about water here. So you have to ensure that all the factors, the biosecurity factors, are being placed in order, especially to avoid the pathogen, the disease and parasite, the pathogens involved in your fish. Because to ensure that this disease cannot be able to spread to another location again, from one point to another, or from one location to another section. So your biosecurity is one of the key things. Put a regulation, get all the biosecurity measure, get all the biosecurity equipment that you needed in your own farm in order to stop the spread of disease and parasite in your farms. So if you consider all these factors, it will give you run a successful business and you won't have any issue. We have a lot of factors that to be considered. There is a lot of factors to be considered when establish your fish farming, when establish your hatchery. There are a lot of factors to be considered. So we talked about biosecurity, we talked about feeding and nutrition, we talked about broodstock selection, and we talked about species of fish to be selected, infrastructure, your ponds, where are you buying it from, how can you install them, all those ones you have to consider it. Your water quality is one of the key things. And we also talk about your location, searching your farm in a location that help you, especially in terms of climate, in terms of water supply, in terms of transportation. Who are those people that are coming? What are the social amenities around those areas? You have to consider all those factors. And whenever you get all those factors being done, you notice that you run your fish business successfully. For more detail on the factors, we have a lot of factors. For more details on this factor, you can contact us at AquaTech Fisheries. We will give you more detail on the factor to be considered when setting your fish hatchery.